Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Control, where as you can see here, I've decided we're going to clean up the rest of this quest for Arish before we head over to the Prime Candidate program. They're all down in maintenance. It shouldn't, in theory, take too long or be too difficult to put together. Why don't we go to the Atlas Chamber? One of them is in the Atlas Chamber. We can pick this up and then... I don't even remember what the Atlas Chamber is, to be perfectly honest with you. But we'll clean this up, and then we'll head into that big empty area around the Prime Candidate program. Oh, hey! We found the guy. Jesus, what is going on with him? Does he have, like, a bunch of... What is coming out of his back? I think that's structural parts of the building. It's like concrete and rebar. There you go. If your enemy takes cover, simply hurl the cover at them. Oh hey, the explosions are actually really good against armor. Come here, you. Oh, you coward. Unfortunately, he recreates his armor immediately. I mean, we're getting there. We're getting the job done. And the explosions are both taking his armor down and wounding him. I guess this actually looks like it's maybe the good way to do this. Break his shield down and then just fast fire the grenades. And he's tough as an enemy, but he's not actually harming us at all. Oh, he's no longer alone though. I wonder if this battle's more difficult if you enter the room through like the door. By coming in through the fast travel point, we got to start all the way at the back here, and it seems like the enemies upstairs are in positions where they're more able to shoot at the door. They're finally getting down to us. Alright, let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. Alright, he's about to actually do something. Yeah, man, dude loves his shield. Yeah, this is working. It really feels like this fight is supposed to be more difficult than it turned out to be. He's just like, he's a very, he's a grand presence. He looks really cool, but not very impressive, output-wise. Okay, Blackrock processing. So what's going to be, actually probably the control point that we're at is the best way to get there. I feel bad for Arish. He gave us this this quest to go like, hey, could you find out if my buddies are okay? And immediately all the objectives are like, yeah, they're all corrupted. Every one of them is completely screwed. I am running in the wrong direction. You would think that at some point I would figure out how to get around here. Ow. Thing is, I'm not really interested in fighting. I think we'll just keep moving. Oh, hey. There's, like, people right here. I kind of forgot about that. Do you guys want to help, or... No? Okay. Well, they got a choke point. They have a doorway. I'm sure they can handle it. Okay, so Blackrock processing is this area right in here, right? I guess let's stay in charge mode. Oh hey, a door we were never able to get into. We should probably save the people we can hear fighting. Yeah, the charge is actually really effective against shields in a way that I really wouldn't have expected.
Just like Arish said.
Also, I'm definitely feeling like we're pretty strong. This is good. This is restoring a little bit of my faith in our build, because we've had some not great times recently. Alright, let's go check out that door before I forget. I'm guessing this is just going to be like a chest or maybe 2 chests. Hey, did we actually get that upgrade for the thing? No, we didn't. Oh, that's right. We ended the last episode just a tiny bit short of the amount of source that we needed, right? Well, now we can do it. So where am I going next? We do have to get up to the energy converters, so I guess just through Blackrock processing, we'll end up in the main room, and that's where we can get our upgrade. If the charge is already this effective, I'm very eager to see what it's like with the 3rd upgrade. Hey everybody, how's it going? So we want to go in the direction of the quarry? But we don't actually... Well, I guess we don't really have a choice but to go up, do we? Is this right? I mean, it says the energy converters are on the other side of this. The quarry is like way over there, so it kind of seems like this sign is not correct. And there's so much facility. There's so much house here in the oldest house. I have no idea how to keep it all straight. I'm usually pretty good with video game spaces, I feel like, although probably there's enough stuff in the series on this channel to belie that. Okay, converter room. Do I see an angry guy? I don't. Doesn't mean there isn't one, though. He might not spawn until we get close to where we're supposed to fight him. I guess let's just go down? Yeah, sure. Look down here and look for a place where combat might occur. Huh. I was really expecting him to spawn. Maybe this is the clever one. He's too smart to come out and fight me in the open. I'm gonna have to hunt him down. This whole area does seem to be kind of devoid of everything, though. And it says he's in energy converters. And this is that room. I'm sure what's happening here is it's just an issue of finding the correct trigger. You know, find the spot that has the trigger for the spawn in it, but I have no idea how to know where that is. No, that didn't work. Okay. Was just barely able to catch myself there. Wait a second. Nope, that's not a thing. There we go. I only almost died. Maybe he's in the shelter. Maybe he got in the shelter and everything... he managed to survive. Nope. Big surprise. No such luck. Huh. Well, maybe we'll just have to leave this area and come back. Maybe whatever the trigger was supposed to be, it didn't happen. Trying to make sure that we, while we're here, make sure that we didn't miss anything. How do you get back up there? Trying to find, like, the highest point in the room that I can stand on. I guess those are a little higher up. There we go. Making sure that I've checked all of the stuff up here as well. So this is where we came from. So I'm going to be honest with you. I do not feel like I don't really remember this area that well. Okay, well here's the reason I don't remember this area, because I didn't actually come over here. Oh, this is the door and ventilation. Okay, well that's cool. Let's go ahead and upgrade our thing while we're here. Upgrade charge. Hell yes. Maximum charging. The spin is next. We have all the stuff for that. Do we have all the stuff for anything else? We're still short remote thoughts for the grip upgrade. We could upgrade Pierce, but I'm not going to waste our resources. Okay, well. 20,000 until we can upgrade the spin. I guess we should probably plug a third mod in here. So what do I have now? More blast radius, faster reload. Those are both good. Ammo cost down while levitating. Unfortunately, minus 24% ammo cost. I'm not even sure will give us a fourth shot. I'm not really sure how it works. I guess we could try it. Yeah, let's see something here. Okay, so ammo cost down while levitating. Oh, that's the wrong form of the gun. Okay, it does look like I can fire a fourth one. Yeah, I could immediately fire a fourth shot. Honestly, I kind of like that. We'll just have to remember to levitate when we're doing difficult fights. Okay, maybe let's go to the coolant pumps, and we'll come back into the energy converter area and see if we can trigger whatever it is that didn't trigger there. Yeah, that'll work. There's not really a lot of space that counts as the coolant pump room. Okay, so we want to go this way. We do not want to get distracted by the furnace chamber. It's very easy to do. Oh, my phone is ringing. Is it important? Of course not. Who? What important person would call me? Why would anyone spend their time this way? I don't know. It doesn't really help us to go in through the top of the room, probably. It is unlikely that the dude is up in the catwalks. Okay, here we go. We got something. Some kind of big red enemy spawned. It's a shame you can't hold those for longer. And I can hear an enemy, and we definitely saw one spawn. I'm just gonna get down here, I guess. Make ourselves a target, see if he comes out. Oh! He's one of these. I mean, this isn't the guy, but this is something we have to deal with. Oh, wait. Yeah. Give me this. Give me this. Okay, problem solved. Let's have a look at this thing. Oh. Kind of hard to have a look at it, actually. I didn't realize how much it's doing, like, the Predator invisibility thing, where it's totally still visible. Okay, so we'll just let that run out. It's possible that he won't spawn until it's dead. It's also possible he won't spawn at all. It might be the case that they don't spawn every time you enter their area. It might just be like a chance.
They didn't stand a chance without HRAs.
Oh no, that was him. He just didn't have the name indicator. Weird. Okay, well, I think he dropped everything he was gonna drop. Yeah. What's the fastest way to get out of here? Okay, away we came, sure. We'll go back into energy converters one time here and see if we can trigger the spawn, and if we can't, then we'll worry about it later. We'll just head over to the Prime Candidate program. I am curious to know how they decide that somebody is worth handing the service weapon to, because obviously, like, every time you pick up this gun, there's a chance you die. And you would want the director to be somebody with considerable potential, but you don't want to throw everybody who has considerable potential at the service weapon for obvious reasons. So it must be an interesting process. Let's try going in this way. Energy converters entrance. There is still one door that we haven't entered somewhere. Ooh, hey. Here's a thing that we, how did I, okay. Accidentally crouched myself. Here's a thing we hadn't looted yet. Yeah, somewhere there is still that door that, oh. I absolutely would have missed this if not for the big glowing indicator. Director Trench, as head chef, I need to express my concern about the rumors I've been hearing regarding mold appearing near some of my kitchens. I am alerting you that any food handled, prepared, or consumed in the vicinity of mold can be contaminated and unsafe for ingestion. If I can verify these reports, then I will need to close multiple cafeterias. I realize this would be an inconvenience to many, but as a caterer, I pride myself in keeping a pristine environment for food preparation and service. Sincerely, J. Pullman, head chef of the Golden Chow Catering Company. So wait, did they have an outside catering company coming in here, and then they just, like, they filled in the people at the top levels of that catering company on what was going on? Listen, there's a lot of bad shit in the oldest house. You're just gonna have to trust me. Don't ask a lot of questions. If you see anything weird, drink heavily and forget. Forget that you saw anything weird. I can't stress enough how important it is that you forget. I ran in the wrong direction. Okay, come on, spawn. Nope, he's just not gonna appear, huh? Well, crud. Maybe in here? Did we go through this area? Yep, and now we're no longer in the coolant pumps. So this is the thing that we... Yeah, this is the thing we hit to release the override. To release the lockdown. Well, maybe this is just broken? Hard to say. Is there a control point right over here? That control point might be outside of this area. You know what? We could take the sector elevator. We could go up to executive and try on our new clothes. Oh wait, this is the room with that door that I was talking about earlier. The one that I didn't remember where it was, but it probably didn't matter because, you know, there's not going to be anything valuable in here. Oh, never mind. There is something valuable. There's more lore. Fan procedures. Per Archival Mandate 8A, this document has been edited to meet current administrative standards. Certain terminology may be out of date. Oh, that's interesting. Water placed on the item prevents it from exercising its thaumaturgical force, contained in Possessed Object Gallery. Okay, yep, some pretty old school terminology. And the Oscillator brand electric standing fan with protective grill. The item in question robs the immediate vicinity of all oxygen. The range seems to be variable. While on assignment in Korea, we learned of odd fatalities in the area, visited the site of the most recent death. So, like, this thing, where there's a widespread cultural belief that falling asleep with a fan on can kill you in some absurd way. Does this manifest as a single altered object that is capable of doing that thing? Because the people who believe this believe that it's true of all fans. It's not like there's a fan that is cursed. It's in their minds, a scientific thing that is true about fans. Would this create multiple objects that work this way? Maybe, like, a lot of the fans in the area, or any fan that is kept in the home of a person who believes this thing? Basically, is all of Korea haunted because of this belief? Could be. Questions the game's not willing to answer, man. What don't they want you to know? You gotta ask yourself. Okay. That's a pretty solid grate. I'm fairly sure there's nothing up there. Hey. Hello, Sector Elevator. It's been a while. Let's go up to Executive, change our clothes, and then we'll get on this prime candidate thing. It's neat that you can unlock outfits. I do wonder how many we've missed. Like, how many dozens of outfits am I supposed to have by now that I just sort of obliviously wandered past?
Good luck out there.
Oops, that's just, like, entirely the wrong button. Okay, it's not the coolest looking outfit ever, but it has some cloth physics. Does it look super cool? Oh, I'm not allowed to use powers in here. Hold on. We're gonna go into a room where I'm allowed to use powers.
Interesting data off that subject arrangement.
Here we go. Does it look super cool when I'm flying? It does look pretty cool when you fly. It's tough in this room because the limited camera angle. Okay, good enough for me. We will keep this one. So, the Prime Candidate Program. Let's go get ourselves in some trouble. I wonder...
If they're in there, we go around that way. No.
Hey, Arish, could you help me out with something?
Security on your brother. No offense, but that dude is the scariest motherfucker I have ever laid eyes on. Like I said, though, no offense.
Oh, yeah, you did say no offense. I wonder if we... Okay, it looks like he does not have any hints for us as to where we might find Remus.
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
2 squads lost.
Maybe we should go have a word with Dylan, I suppose. Because I said we were going to come back and listen to Dylan a little bit more, and then I didn't because of the creepiness. I tried to fly there, in case you were wondering why I made that bizarre move. Hey, here's a problem. I don't exactly remember where they're keeping... You know what? Never mind. I've already forgotten which side of this room Dylan was on. We're just gonna press forward then. Alright, in... Containment? Yep, containment. This is where we want to be. To the Prime Candidate Program with us, and then all of that stuff beyond, because there's still actually a tremendous amount of this map that we do not yet have access to. Also, somewhere in the Panopticon, there's that traffic light that we're supposed to interact with, but the Panopticon's a big place, and I have no idea where the traffic light is. Which direction we want to go? Up here and then to the right. Thank God they let me keep the map open while we're running around. I would have no hope otherwise. So we go through here and then... We shoot some dudes with a grenade launcher. Alright, alright, alright. I wonder if he's low enough for me to... No, not quite low enough for me to seize, it looks like. So he doesn't always dodge. Okay, now he's low enough for me to seize. He just needed a little tiny push. Oh, I was trying to seize that guy. Ah, dodged a little prematurely there. Okay, this is not really killing him that quickly. Fortunately, he's very distracted. Well, okay then. Unfortunately, as far as I know, there's no way to unready the explosives. So once you've decided you are going to fire, you must fire. That's alright. The oldest house will put itself back together. Ahti will handle it. It's fine. It's under control. Okay, here we go. It might be a bad idea for me to run around with the service weapon in grenade launcher mode, or rocket launcher mode, rather. Yeah, they're rocket-propelled grenades. They're both right. Just because I might get surprised. Ooh.
The Bureau needs a director. Our future. P6 and P7.
P7, huh? Alright, did that give me a hotline call? It sure did.
After North Moore stepped down, I doubled every effort to find new prime candidates. There was no one. No one but me. That wasn't good enough. I pushed hard. I never wanted the Bureau to end up in that situation again. The Bureau needs a director. Always. When my time reaches an end, I want more options on the table. P1 through P5 were all false leads, dead ends, and disappointments. Then P6. Dylan Faden. He fell into our arms. No parents. They're gone. Casualties of an AWE. The boy has exceptional talent. The oldest house will be his home. We'll build him from the ground up. He'll be trained and taken care of. Darling can be in charge of this project. I can't. I'll stay away. I will not fail the boy like I failed my own family. My daughter and my wife. We weren't careful enough back then. Something came home with me. I took work home. My Susanna got sick. When I realized my mistake, I wanted to bring her here for Darling to do what he could. Kate flat out refused. Civilian doctors treated our daughter, but they didn't have a clue. She died. Kate left me. Same old story. That was a long time ago. The Bureau is all I have now. And the prime candidates are our future. There are two. P6 and P7. We're spoiled for choice.
Well, that is the same old story, isn't it? At first, I kind of thought when they were like, yeah, my wife and daughter are gone, I was like, oh, is he actually just Max Payne? But yeah, a man experiences some trauma, loses some things that are important to him, and then allows the insecurity and fear caused by that trauma to taint his decision-making, and thus his trauma passes onward, is in fact the same old story, a very familiar tale. So we can't go in this way. Well, seems like we've got a pretty obvious way forward then. Let's just prepare ourselves. Let's start with this guy. Ah, shoot, I killed him. I was trying to set up a seize there. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the hiss cluster. I think somehow we will manage. Okay, now we're fighting some real enemies. Let's do something about this. Actually, this might be a really good time for the rocket launcher. Okay, that'll work, and hopefully it'll be a little bit of a distraction for some of the exploding guys too. Yeah, the explosion is really... the explosives are really powerful against the shield guys, because when they have shielding just due to having shielding, it still deals damage through it, and it's pretty effective at taking it down. But those guys, like these guys, where they have the shield due to actual use of the shield power, it seems to blow away all the objects they're carrying. So not only do they no longer have their shield, but they also can't then hurl it at me. Ah, I missed. Also, the weird vacuum thing that the grenades do is super cool. Okay, where is this guy? Well, we are racking up the remote thoughts. We may be able to actually upgrade the grip pretty soon. Okay, the enemy that is still alive is down here. That's pretty fun. You know, this game's alright. I'm having an okay time here. Okay, everything in here has been destroyed due to all of the forces somehow coming through that door. I guess I shouldn't have stood there. Now that we know that these things can sometimes contain a huge number of hiss enemies, I should really open them from a direction that I can run in. Wait a minute, this isn't a staircase back upstairs at all. Okay, yeah, we should unlock this door. For ease of traversal later, and also so that I don't think it's some kind of big secret and I get stuck on it. Man! Hold on. Bright Falls Summary. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation at Cauldron Lake, Washington, resulted in a fictional story written by the author Alan Wake, creating an AWE in which reality was altered to match that of the story, though only locally and for a limited time. So when we found the first Alan Wake reference, I thought it was sort of oblique enough and hidden in a corner enough that I thought, oh, it's just a fun Easter egg. But this is the third one of these we've found, right? So it's not, hey, remember that other game we made, nudge nudge. This is, they're explicitly saying that these two games are set in the same universe now. Mr. Kirkland, head of investigations, was alerted on September 13th, 2010 by ex-Bureau agent Frank Breaker that an AWE event was taking place in Bright Falls. Breaker had received a call from Barry Wheeler on behalf of Breaker's daughter. So I'm sure these are all characters that Alan Wake players would know. A Bureau field team arrived at the site 2 days later, only to confirm that the event was over. Interviews were conducted. Alan Wake was believed to something instigator. That's a weird set of words to redact. Eyewitness reports highlight an old light switch, possible object of power, that something missing. Wake was not found at the scene. Reports claim he dived into the lake, but no body was recovered in the search. I'm going to have to play Alan Wake. Now that I know that it's set in the Control universe. Boy, that I don't like it. I don't like it.
I can see you're upset, Meg. Why don't you tell Uncle Mr. Bones what's wrong?
Oh my god, I love Uncle Mr. Bones. Except for that doll face.
I did bad on my clairvoyance test.
You can't ace every test, Meg. You see, everyone has different brains. Some brains can talk to each other. We call this ESP.
ESP?
Some brains can lift objects like a baseball. Talk about a fly ball, eh, Meg?
But don't actually talk.
So who cares if you fail your clairvoyance test? Maybe your brain can throw baseballs, or talk to dead people, or make friends blind. Once we know what your brains can do, we'll know what job to give you. And if your brains are just right, you'll get to sit in the big chair.
I mean, that... Oh no, never mind. Okay, it is a pretty big chair.
What if I don't want the big chair?
No interruptions!
What if I don't want the big chair? Everyone wants the big chair, Meg! That's why we're all here. Use those brains to listen for once, or the only chair you'll get in is the one with straps.
Okay, I still have a question about who is making these. So that one, like, the idea of trying to get kids to know that being made prime candidate is a good thing, and, like, these videos were shown to P6 and P7, potentially. I had kind of assumed that P7 referred to Trench himself. Like, that he was looking for other people to replace Northmore, because he didn't want the job, right? That's what he said originally. But it sounds like P7 was somebody he found during the search post him becoming director. But so, like, it seems like that video was made by the Bureau for the purpose of showing to the candidate children. But if it is, then why Mr. Bones? Why make the video that way? Whose idea was Mr. Bones? I'm not saying he's a bad idea. At this point... Ooh. I am easily distracted. At this point, want to be Mr. Bones when I grow up. I'm just saying... That's a weird choice for kids. Am I just gonna... Is this just gonna work? It kind of seems to just be working. Okay. What is under this thing? Ah. Uh-oh. Well... Alice Wake, Mr. Wake's wife, was found during the Bureau investigation. She was interviewed and evaluated. She showed signs of severe mental trauma in the form of significant memory loss. She was later directed to treatment. It was concluded that she had been trapped in the threshold during its manifestation. Notable individuals still missing after the Bright Falls event are FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale and Dr. Emil Harmon, referred to the Creator's Dilemma. That's an interesting title. Bureau researchers believe this event was the result of a forceful perception of subjective reality stemming from Mr. Wake, overlapping on our own. Wake has been flagged as a potential para-utilitarian. Yeah, certainly seems to be the case. In 2011, a book by Clay Stewart titled The Alan Wake Files was published by Roundabout Press. Agents interviewed Clay Stewart and suspected minor para-utilitarian sensitivity. He was placed under indefinite surveillance. I wonder if that's... Because there are two Alan Wake games, right? There's the first one, and then there's American Wasteland? Or that might be a Tony Hawk game. American Nightmare, maybe? I wonder if Clay Stewart is in one of those games. Well, I'll tell you what, when we started playing Control on the channel, I did not think that it was going to lead to us going back to Alan Wake, but it has. I was about to say it might. No, it already has. I'm definitely going to do that. So this hallway's having some issues, some minor problems. Wow, I hit the ground hard there. Also, it's really hard to see what's desks. Again, I wish... Flashlight. I wish I could have found a flashlight, or like... Arish probably has a flashlight, or he at least knows where they keep them. I could ask him. Because it's dark as hell over here. Fortunately, I can kind of see by highlighting objects with my psychic powers. So that's something. That's one of the many things our brain can do. I noticed that there was a pyrokinesis on Mr. Bones' chart. He chose not to discuss that one with the child. Maybe a wise move. Oh, wait. So let's see I wonder how much we're going to tap into the Alan Wake story here. Like, I wonder if candidate P7 is going to be someone that I would know if I had played that game. All right, well, let's check out what's in here.
Things had gone differently in Ordinary for us, but wishing won't change things. Finding the projector will.
So much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. And the boy, Dylan Faden, prime candidate 6, and the sister as well. Once we catch up with her, but the boy, so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here, and I don't want to invoke his name. It's completely different circumstances here. It's remarkable. There was an incident. Yes. We lost a valuable member of our team, yes. Excessive force. Dylan has so much. But he's just a kid. Like, I'll take the blame. He needs some slack. I mean, boys will be boys. He's exceptional and under a lot of stress. Roberts got killed. It's an unfortunate accident, that's all. Marshall needs to realize this. We will make this work. We'll make this work.
Boy, whenever an authority figure says the phrase, boys will be boys, something very fucked up has occurred, right? Like, almost invariably. And so, Darling getting a member of Marshall's team killed, first of all, explains some of the opinions we've seen of Darling, you know, assuming that wasn't like a one-off, that was normal behavior, that he's so idolizing the subjects and the science of it that he's, you know, putting human life at risk unnecessarily. It also explains a little bit of Marshall's demeanor, probably. She's seen that happen more than once. But did you notice how he said, Roberts got killed? Immediately the blame is shifted to Roberts. Roberts is the actor in that sentence. Huh. What is this an image of? Is it the same? It is. It's not exactly the same, but this is a picture. This is an image of the same thing. Maybe a different frame in the video or from a different angle or something. Transcript of a conversation with Dylan Faden for review by Dr. Darling. So not a conversation that was had with Dr. Darling. Subject was alone, in fact, during this outburst. You again. I thought I told you to leave me alone. Why are you showing me this? I can't do anything. Can't you see where I am? Why don't you help me get the fuck out of here? You always show me things I can't do anything about. Stop showing me her. I don't care anymore, and I don't care about you. You both left me here to rot. Okay, so this is maybe Polaris that's talking to him. Fuck off, you bitch. I'll dig out my own brains if it means getting rid of you. I don't want you here. Get the fucking message. Subject repeated the phrase, fuck off, numerous times before being sedated at 1753. Hey, I remember what it's like to be a teenage boy. I get that. I probably said some pretty similar things at some point. E6 victim autopsy, so this will be Roberts. Compiled by Redacted by the Order of Redacted. Blunt force injuries to the head and neck, extensive trauma of the abdominal region, lacerations, contusions, fracture of the spinal cord between the L1 and L2. I don't know enough about the spine to know whether that's the top or the bottom of it. Avulsion fracture of the 3rd through 10th ribs, left and right. Blunt force injuries of the extremities. After examination, it was determined the cause of death was internal bleeding. That occurred when the everything was contorted through his whole entire torso. Well, man, I don't talk about this much, but when I was younger, younger than teenage and then up into my early teenage years, I had a real anger problem. And I can't imagine what kind of damage I could have done if I had also had powerful telekinesis. That's a really grim situation.
What Dylan wanted me to see. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so she was P7. She was P7 they were tracking her. I thought when he was talking about P7 that they had found another person that they were keeping here. But it's just... Alright, well, this is a little bit more straightforward.
All the times I felt paranoid, I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by and watched me.
I mean, do you think... I'm sure they thought they were doing a better thing by not necessarily destroying your life if it wasn't totally necessary to do so. And there's her doing one of her nighttime loner jobs. Here's some shoplifting. Who among us, right? File these. Here she is fighting off a mugger. Or this might be a screen cap from Jessica Jones. It's hard to know. Well, that's inside here, actually. Oh. Okay, and an outfit. I guess that's a sensible thing to be within a closet like that. Jesse Faden movement tracking. Eastward movement. Cause for concern? Ah, because she's headed toward New York. And yep, that is what we are seeing. There's a lot of northeastward movement. I guess she was in Wyoming, so not that much north.
We used to play there all the time. Me and Dylan, and other kids as well. We loved it. This time, I remember, was different. We found a way in, deeper into it, like it had shifted. We went inside, and that's where we found the slide projector.
A dump is a place for lost things. Things that have been thrown away. Did you ever feel that way when you were growing up, Jesse?
What? No. Yes, but that has nothing to do with...
Was there a slide projector at your home when you were small?
No.
Those were before your time, I suppose. But your family did look at photos together, maybe. In one form or the other?
Maybe.
When was this? Can you remember? At parties? Barbecues? How did it make you feel? Did your parents ever show pictures that embarrassed you? Was alcohol ever involved at these parties? Did your parents drink? Did that make you uncomfortable?
No. That's just stupid. Come on. That has nothing to do with this. Nothing.
The slide projector, let me ask you this. As a child, did you ever fantasize about worlds inside pictures? Inside a painting? You know, stepping into a painting, into a hidden world, escaping and finding adventure there, away from your parents.
I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so at the beginning of that, I was just like, did they bug her psychiatrist's office? But no, given the line of questioning there, it's pretty obvious that the psychiatrist is digging for whether it's possible that she is responsible for the creation of the altered object, right? And then, like, going into, or going out of the ocean view, we always were looking at a painting, right, of where we ended up when we pulled the light switch 3 times. And there've been a lot of paintings around. We can go through the walls that are marked by some paintings with a picture of a broken wall. That's interesting. I wonder if I'd been aware of that idea, that theme from the beginning. I wonder what else I might have picked up on. My gun just reappeared. Let's be ready for trouble. Did I not... Did that one just not give us anything? Okay, there's a mod. Ah, but my stuff is full. Of course it is. They should really give you more slots for weapon mods, or this whole system should work differently than it does, or something. Let's just delete a couple of these real fast. We don't need all of these different versions of the same thing. Okay. I'll say this, at least. The orange mods break down into a fair amount of source. Alright.
Studied what happened in Ordinary here. That's the place to start looking.
It is weird that they have all these big files on me, and Emily was Darling's assistant, right? Like his number 2. At least that's what she told us. Why didn't anyone think that it was worth mentioning? I mean, I guess maybe this area is just not a place that everybody had access to. Because it seemed like she had to go looking for information about Ordinary after we told her about it. But I wonder how much of that is her misleading. Okay, that was overkill. That guy did not need the full triple shot. Sorry, friendlies. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. We've been playing the game for a lot of hours now, and it's not getting any less cool. Work chat, dead dog. I see your creepy teeth delivery and raise you a dead dog. Yeah, like a straight-up deceased dog. Had a collar on it and everything. It had been rotting in that box since they packed it up. Go ahead and imagine how that smelled. So don't you go whining to me. I wish I got to watch a parade of human teeth. Yeah, man, like the old war stories that must be told by veterans of the Bureau, provided that anybody ever gets to become a veteran of the Bureau, must be really screwed up. So this would take us down to the transit corridor, which presumably is the way forward, but given the red lighting in there, I think there's probably a control point. Yep, I mean, this area looks all screwed up. I really like the idea that, like, the house can rearrange itself, right? And in the places where the hiss is strong, it's like the house is sick and the rearranging is happening sort of, not at random, but unconsciously, in a way that the house would not if it had full control, sort of like everything your body is doing when you have a cold. It's a cool idea. This game is full of a lot of cool ideas. I don't know if I've made it clear that I'm into what's happening. Willow AWE. Is this the one where they weren't allowed to talk about Alaska? Inventory list of recovered materials. A hollow sphere, stone-like material, vitrified soil, something pieces of various sizes and colors. That's a frustrating word to be redacted. Animal carcass, possibly canine. Rusted metal bucket, leather wallet, aged shotgun cartridge. Feels like a reference to what? I do not know. Okay, well, I guess we have to take the elevator down. This is how we get to the control point. Okay, or maybe the elevators are broken. Nope, just took a while. You see that? The moment I'm not looking at a door with my gun drawn.
And I were both prime candidates. Experiments.
I mean, it makes sense. How do we want to start here? Oh, nice! I got a double. Alright, you go find somebody else to blow up on. Okay, that was very effective, actually. Turn around, turn around. Okay, a lot of dashing. A lot of dashing is always needed. This game is so good. Sorry, I stopped talking. I was trying to just, like, flex all of my powers there to really show these hiss dudes who they're messing with. Ooh. Look at that. Oh, hey, there's that hall... Wow, this just goes straight into the subway? Huh. There's a hallway in Central Research or something that we couldn't go into, right? Maybe that's a thing we'll be able to get into later. I really thought there was going to be a control point. Okay, there is a control point here. I wonder how much exactly we're going to cleanse. Like, I can't imagine that subway entrance is going to become traversable. Or maybe it totally is. Maybe they're just going to let me go on the subway if I want.
We're going back home. Of course we are. It started there, and it's never gone away.
You know, unresolved childhood trauma does have a way of sticking with you, doesn't it? I am super into what is going on here. This, plot and theme-wise, this is really working for me. Oh, wait. Am I having trouble? Oh, she had... Okay, she just had a minor head issue for a moment there. I was gonna say, I should be able to walk around in here. It's remarkable that every room with this, like, architectural design got molded up. High quality C's accelerator. I'm using a C's accelerator right now. We should see if this one is better. Loadout. So we have 70%. Okay, it is a very slight improvement. I think C's being fast is pretty valuable. And we're also just about to be out of space. What is this? This is just flat energy up. It's not even very much. It's remarkable how not good some of these mods are. Let's see. We have a level 5 shield energy cost reduction, so we can delete all these other ones. And we're going to have enough evade energy cost down. Honestly, we don't need that at all. I'm not ever going to equip one of those. I don't use the evade enough for this to be worthwhile, and I do actually want the source. So we don't need the other C's accelerators. Yeah, wow, that one's a lot worse. We don't need all of these energy recovery things. Ours is 39%, so this one's actually an upgrade. I feel very strongly about the speed of my energy return. I'd be overjoyed to find a tier 5 one of those. Overjoyed is too strong of a word. I'd be pleased. I guess we'll hold on to this. Who knows? We might want to swap to it. And then again with the weapon mods, man. You know what? I'll do this one off camera between episodes, because I just realized we're getting close to the end of this one. Seems like you'd be able to jump over that fence, doesn't it? Okay. I thought for a second that there was a space above one of those tanks that we could have flown up into. Alright, this way's forward. I guess, sorry to do this, but given that we're 57 minutes into the episode, this is probably a good place to cut this one. So that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. The good news is you won't have to wait too long for the next episode, so come back next time, real soon now, to see exactly how the ghosts of Jessie's past are going to continue haunting her. And we'll see you then.